I'd like to welcome you to EquityEd and just outline some of the things that we're currently doing. The people involved in EquityEd is myself, Chris Taylor. I'm the Principal Director. We have Dr. Ghulam Shah Adel, who's the Director of International Education, Ms. Shikofa Barakzai, the Dean of International Education, and Mr. Mohammed Aziz, Data Security and Development. And I'd like to introduce the name of the teachers for secondary education. We have Ms. Habib, Ms. Faizai, Ms. Nazarai, Ms. Hamid, Ms. Afshar, Ms. Tabesh, Ms. Gauzi, Ms. Sedigai, and Ms. Zarir. The Education Board of Governors is responsible for the overall governance of the courses in EquityEd to ensure that they're current, that they satisfy education requirements, and they satisfy the students. They include Dr. Noah Khalidi, Mr. Dastagir Sakazai, Ms. Ruth Harvey, Dr. Ghulam Shah Adel, and myself, Chris Taylor. EquityEd are virtual online classrooms. The concept and courses have been designed specifically for the young women of Afghanistan. There's secondary level courses, university courses, vocational training courses, and it's aimed at helping Afghan women succeed. So a virtual classroom is designed so that you can see your teacher and your other classmates online on your mobile phone screen. The courses have been designed specifically to satisfy the use of mobile phones and online teaching. The teaching approach is what's called cognitive learning, and the idea is that students already have a knowledge of the world that they live in, and what we're doing with the education is just adding or building on to that level of understanding. So the classes are divided into three parts. We've got the before class, which is basically preparation and reading and videos. This is where you get the background information. Then we have the actual classroom. So this is the live virtual classroom where you can see your teacher and you can see your other students. And this is the area that you talk about the concepts that you've learnt about in the preparation, and the teacher will take you through the concepts, explain them further. There'll be discussions about expanding on that understanding. And then after the active learning class, the virtual classroom, there's a after class section, which is reflecting on what you've learnt in that class. You access your courses via your mobile phone, and we use what's called a learning management system. The name is Moodle. Now, Moodle, the application is cloud-based, so it doesn't occupy any space in your phone. All the information is downloading as you're using it. So the learning management system contains all the learning management material for your course. It's laid out as your learning and lesson plan, so it's almost like a narrative. You start at the beginning and you follow the course all the way through to the end. On the screen you have your class timetables, so you know exactly when the classes are. There's quizzes and puzzles to test your learning on the way. It just makes the learning more enjoyable. it has the access to your online virtual classroom. So you'll see in one of the classes that there's just access to the virtual classroom. So just click on that, and then all of a sudden you're in the room with the teacher and your fellow students. Also within the learning management system, it has all your assessments and all the drop boxes for submitting your assignments. So they're all electronic based. So it's you'll be using Word or Excel or some of the other apps to complete your work, and then you just upload them into the drop boxes. You can see all your results. So when the results are released, you in your own private screen will see your results, and you can message your teacher and your friends within the system as well. So accessing Moodle, the first thing that happens is that you're rolled into EquityEd by administration, and then you're enrolled into your course by your teacher. You receive a username and a password to access Moodle. Now, if you forget your username, you can use your email address as a default. However, if you forget your password, you need to get in contact with administration for it to be reset. You'll access Moodle via the EquityEd website, and if you just look under the tab Special Education Program for Afghan Girls, you'll see the entry screen where you use your username and your password to access. Now, once you're in Moodle, you will see a welcome, the welcome page, and if you just look at the top left part of the screen, you'll see a heading called My Courses. So if you click on that, that will take you to the classes in your course, and once you're in that screen, you will see the list of the lessons. So there's the three parts. There's before, during, and after. On the right hand side, there is your timetable, which outlines the classes that you've got over the next few days. And there's also an announcement area, just in case there's been any changes or something special about that particular class. Now, in the centre of the page, you'll see the headings for the classes, and then once you click on those, it'll open that up. And then you'll see the three parts. So there's the before class activity. So if you click on that, then there's the reading and the exercises, and then after that there's another heading for the during class activity. So this takes you directly to the virtual classroom where you will meet your teacher and your students. There's also a file there which has the PowerPoint slides for the presentation. So you can open that up and perhaps read ahead or even before the online class actually starts. Just have a look at it, because it's what is going to be used during the class. And then after the class, so the class goes for about 45 minutes, and it's active learning. So it's about talking, discussing, just outlining your thoughts with other people about the particular topic. So this will all be led by the teacher, and the idea here is to reinforce your understanding of the information which was in the before class activity. And then at the end of that class, there's the after class activity, which is just reflecting on what you've learnt during the virtual class and the before class activity. And this includes just a couple of activities like quizzes or crosswords or something. It's just there to reinforce your understanding before the next class. So you are the very first class for EquityEd, and it's exciting in a couple of ways. The first thing is that we're providing education to female secondary students and female university students after a gap of 2 years. The team, we have worked tirelessly to get this organised and to get it to this point where we can actually provide this education. Now we appreciate that there may be some small problems that things that we haven't considered which need to be changed, and we certainly appreciate for the level of frustration which has probably been caused while we've been putting EquityEd together. So we thank you in advance for your patience. Now there's a couple of special things about EquityEd. Firstly, we're providing these courses in your own natural language. It's not a language which has been thrust upon you. The other thing is that we're using your current curriculum, or the current Afghan curriculum, which means that the subjects being covered aren't changed by some other party outside of Afghanistan, and the fact that we're providing female female teachers as well. We think that this will be very helpful with the current situation in Afghanistan. The other thing too is that, of course, it's a virtual classroom, so we have teachers and students in the same virtual room. Now, there's a lot of other international courses, but they don't have this particular element, which we feel is a very important element. The fact that the teacher, you have access, real-time access to the teacher, and you have real-time access to your fellow students in the virtual classroom. The other thing too, which we're doing, because we appreciate that it will be difficult for you, that after a 2-year break, to actually get into the routine of learning again. Although being online on your mobile phone classes, access is going to be very easy. You don't have to worry about going to a school or anything like that. But it is a little bit different to what you have been used to. So we will have some student advocates who you will be assigned to your own student advocate, and the student advocate is there to provide you help. If there's things that you're unsure about, or if there's things that you would like made a little bit clearer or explained a little bit better, the student advocate is there to help you with all those things, to make the transition from no education, this break of 2 years education, to coming back to education again. So just in conclusion, firstly, I think internationally, people have been appalled by the situation in Afghanistan, that girls and young women have been excluded from education. The United Nations see it as a basic human right to have education in your own language. And I know some people within the United Nations are thinking that it may be even a crime against humanity. But what we've done, particularly for the team here at EquityEd, it's realising a dream of giving education back to the girls and young women of Afghanistan. So with the design of these courses, it's about maximising learning, but also to make them engaging and enjoyable. The other thing too, they're designed to maximise the interaction between the students and the teacher. This is a very important relationship, and it really reinforces the whole learning process. So look, please enjoy these courses, and I wish you all the best in your future.